Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is the game between SortOf and Socke on Galactic Process, the latter edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Socke. Liquipedia says that the German player Socke is actually retired and now plays Heroes of the Storm, so I'm not sure if this is actually him or not. But if it is, I mean, it's at least a GM player because he is playing SortOf on the ladder. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player from Team Revolution and the nation of Sweden. It is SortOf. Alright, so a ZVP for you guys from spawningtool.com. Excellent, excellent site. You want to go to check that one out, see exactly what is up in the latest for Legacy of the Void. They have all sorts of replays. If I cast something here, it likely came from Spawning Tool. So give them a check. There is a link in the description if you want to see more from that website. And a hatch first happens here from the SortOf. So nothing too aggressive. Doesn't want to get that queen out early. And actually, woo! Nexus first out of Socke. Pylon into Nexus. He is macroing this thing hard. That is a macro style opening, man. Probe is going to try to wall this thing off. There's a bit of a late GLGL from SortOf. And there's the gateway finally coming down here at the top of this ramp leading into the natural base. So you're safe here if you wall this off, except for the fact you have to worry about these destructibles here, or this destructible, and these rocks coming in from the left side from that third, as well as this debris along the right narrow path. So, I mean, against Zerg, you're pretty safe early because Lings take forever to knock those things down. But eventually, you really can't just rely on a wall at this ramp forever and ever. Amen. Probe does come in, scout exactly what is going on inside the Zerg base. No real surprises. Extractor's already done. Spawning pool's about 65-70% complete. Going for that double gateway opening with the double Nexus. Likely going to be double Adept with double Chrono Boost coming out of those two Nexuses. Here is the Cyber Core after the gateway. We're not making a Zealot. There's no reason to make a Zealot. He saw the spawning pool. Wasn't even finished when he was scouting. That's why you scout. So you know what you have to worry about. You don't have to prepare for every single little eventuality. Just prepare for what your opponent can do. That is what I recommend. 4 Lings on the way from SortOf, getting speed for those guys and starting to drone up a little bit more. It is currently 20-23 total harvesters. Socke has a bit of a lead here, but again, SortOf should be able to catch up with some good injects as soon as his queens start popping here in the next 30 seconds or so. Overlord scouts in, sees exactly what's going on, sees the early Nexus, sees the double gateway, sees the Cyber Core finish, and immediately ready, go, Adept, Adept. Stalker, oh wait, Stalker Adept, interesting. So it's not a double Adept opening, it's a Stalker Adept opening, but there's that Chrono Boost. Ooh, Chrono Boost actually left. Wait, temporary Chrono Boost? Was he? Yeah, he Chrono Boosted those each for just a couple seconds. And then let him finish. I guess he didn't want to get those units out too quickly. And it's not like he lined them up to come out at exactly the same time, because the Stalker does come out a little bit later. But dink, there it goes. Stalker, Adept is going to hold this line against any Ling aggression that might be coming, but no, SortOf has no interest in that. His Lings are where? They just knocked down the unbreakable bricks at the bottom of his main ramp, but that's about it. So, I mean, nothing really coming out from the Zerg player right now. Shouldn't have to worry too much, but you know what? Always good to hold that wall. Stalker running around did shoo away this Overlord. And didn't get any shots off, it doesn't look like, but got it shooed away. This Probe knows it is going to die. It is. There's no way it can live. Speedlings are out. Bam. Probe is out. Was going to check for the presence of a third. There is one, but it is sneaky. What the? It is sneaky. So weird that when you watch somebody and their camera, you can hear the messages and hear the things coming out and see what's going on. I have a hard time watching StarCraft this way, just from a single person view. That's why I like to cast the games. But anyway, Speed Overlord is coming in. Ooh, somebody had a great idea in the comments about a week ago, and they said that we should call Overlords without speeds Sloverlords. I like it. I like it a lot. Lings tries to come through this front door, but this Adept count is getting a little bit high from Socke. Those Lings are not going to do very much at all. And here's a Drop Lord. Overlord Cocoon morphing into a Drop Lord here at the top left side. Speed Overlord running away. And looks like, yep, Socke's going to go for that third Nexus here. Overlord, can he poop creep before the Nexus comes? I'm not even going to try to do it. Not even going to try to do it. Just scouted it. And then backed out. How interesting. I guess he does want Socke to throw it down so that these Lings can come in and possibly force a cancel on it. I mean, he could delay it. He could straight up delay it. Not forever, mind you, but he could. But the Overlord instead just continues to fly on out. Adepts moving out here. It looks like there are about 8 of them. Moving across down to the bottom right side of the map. And the Lings actually drop out of the drop lord inside the main base. The main mineral line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The probes are trying to run. No probes have... There we go. I was going to say no probes have died except for 1, except for 2, and 3. Alright, so getting some kills here. Get out of there. Run. The photon overcharge is up. Yep, picking them on up. The remaining 4 that are still alive get picked up. Lings getting surrounds on the remainder of those adepts. Did they kill all those adepts? Hold on. Oh, yeah, big old surround. Banelings and Lings just pinning those adepts into a corner. They had no chance whatsoever. 4 Lings still inside that drop lord, but there is a photon overcharge available. No, there's actually not a photon overcharge available, but there are 2 adepts. The 2 adepts versus 4 Lings. Not good numbers for the Lings, as it turns out. So just continuing to move along as the drop lord. Lings are doing this counterattack. Sort of loves this aggressive Ling stuff. He really does. Can 3 Lings? Nope, 2 Lings can hit the Stalker trying to hold the line. More adepts warping in behind it. The Stalker is going to die. No, the Lings decide instead to retreat. And third base is about 70% complete there for Socke. So some good aggression here from SortOf. He's not exactly... I mean, 4 probe kills for 29 Lings isn't exactly a huge deal, but he's doing what he can to keep the Protoss on his toes, and that's really all anybody can ask. Speed Overlord does get chased down by an actual real-life Phoenix. Boop! More Phoenix are on the way, getting double pumped by Socke. +1 air weapons coming up too, so really relying heavily on these Phoenix. Baneling drops though. Oof. Very nice Baneling drops. And some Lings mixed in there too, trying to pick off the weakened probes. Actually getting a couple more kills there. Just with 2 Lings because those probes are so low on health. 16 probes have been killed so far. It's 60 to 42 harvesters. Woo! Baneling drops. Why didn't I anticipate Baneling drops? I saw Banelings. I saw drop lords. I knew there was an Overlord over here. I just didn't expect that to happen. So apparently it caught Socke by surprise as well. He lost a ton of workers there. Not looking good when you're down about 15 workers to your opponent. SortOf is throwing up a 4th base up along this left side. 3rd base already up and happily running. He does have a Roach Warren getting Spore Crawlers because of the presence of the Phoenix in the sky. There are 4 of them killing yet another Overlord. The Queen's transfusing the Overlord, trying to keep it alive, and they do! Oh, double transfuse keeps that Overlord alive. SortOf cares for the members of his swarm. He does care about them. Adept Phoenix play, and I believe SortOf has seen this before, probably knows what to do against it here. The answer is going to be Spore Crawlers. You want a lot of spores. Yes, 3 drones just got killed on the gas at the 3rd, but not the end of the world. Your Spore Crawlers are now up. Your Queen count is increasing. You have 8. You're making 2 more. Yeah, I think SortOf is going to be able to handle this early aggression just fine. Adepts might be able to take down this 4th base. Unless there are a bunch of Lings that can get there. This creep spread is not very good. Unfortunately for SortOf, he's not connecting this 4th base to anything else quite yet. Throwing down some Spore Crawlers. That rooting speed is so fast. Adepts do not finish their transfer right inside on the creep. They decide to retreat instead, which I can't really blame them. There's a lot of Lings and Banelings out. The Banelings soon to be getting Baneling speed, as well as an infestation pit on the way for SortOf. But we do have a robotics facility just now warping in for Socke. What's he going to do with that thing? As well as a forge, so immediate immortal. I don't know what you saw that makes you want to go immortal. Not very good against Ling Baneling. I mean, I guess he did see a Roach Warren, but I don't think there are any roaches. Nope, no roaches for Socke whatsoever, so okay. I mean, he's got it in case he needs them, but there's no real obsession for him to get those. Spore Crawlers are trying to get shots off. The Lings on the gas once again destroyed here at SortOf's 3rd base. He does keep losing, or the Lings, the drones. 6 drones killed only to 16, though. And Lings, once again, aggressive Lings running on out, checking for additional bases, checking for where a 4th could be for Socke. There's not one. He feels pretty happy about that. Going to knock down this debris on the right side, though, and Socke does not have any vision here. +1 attack on those Lings should help it get knocked down quite immediately. Lings trying to get rid of the rocks toward this 3rd base, but no. Photon Overcharge and a Mothership Core overhead shut that idea down very quickly indeed. It's 79 to 71 harvesters. SortOf is not as ahead as he used to be. Socke doing a good job microing and taking down that drone count. A hive coming up as well for Mr. SortOf. Where is it? Ah, just inside his main. That makes sense. And he just now started Aspire. So it's a Ling Bling Muta thing. Hey, we're actually thinking about getting that at the store for the t-shirt store. If you haven't been to the t-shirt store, go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. There probably should be the new design in there by now. I'll put a link in the description as I always do. And meanwhile, Ling's coming on up here for SortOf. Does not like the number of adepts that he sees. Does check the 4th base. Gets a nice scout out there. Sees the Banelings overhead. Taking a 5th base of his own at the gold up along this left side of Galactic process. And it's going to be Ling Baneling here against a very heavy... Nope, as some Banelings come rolling into this third base. Pretty good reaction time, but probes got stuck. The probes got stuck, man. 23 probes lost their lives so far in this game. Phoenix come in to clean up the rest of these Lings. They hate killing Lings, because it takes a lot of energy to kill a Ling. Is that one... Oh, he lifted one of his probes on accident, possibly? Or to save it? One of the two. One of the two. Ling's trying to harass the fourth base again, but Socke did not abandon his fourth to go deal with the third. That's a huge thing you have to keep in mind, Protoss players. Your army is slow. They can't run back and forth between bases like Zerg can. If there's a minor attack at the third base, send what you need to kill it. Do not abandon a newly constructing fourth base. A lot of Protoss will do that. But Socke, too smart. Too smart for that. Leaves the army here. The Lings come in for the counterattack, and they can't do anything because there are just so many Protoss units guarding it. Storm's on the way. High Templar coming on here too. I like the idea of Storm out of Socke. Storm really good against both Lings and Banelings, and that is really what SortOf is hanging on to right now. The Phoenix flying around getting hit by Spore Crawlers wherever they go. Another Ling attack does take down a Cybernetics core on... Oh, an orbital... Holy crap, a robotics facility on the right side here at the third base. They want to kill yet another Immortal, and look at how fast these Immortals die to Lings. Boosh! Does end up falling. I don't know why Socke is making Immortals. It seems like a weird choice based on what he's seen here from Socke. Maybe he thinks he's going to see Ultras eventually, but that is a Spire morphing into a greater Spire. So definitely not going to be Ultras here. The upgrades even aren't that great for these Lings. It's just +2 attack and no armor attack or armor upgrades whatsoever. Lings and Banelings finally going for this fourth base. Again, it looks like he's going to commit this time. Banelings crashing into these Adepts. The Adepts are light, taking extra damage. A lot of dead Adepts, but Archons are here. Fourth base falls. Massive play there out of Socke. Archon morphing in, dies the second he is born. Not a great feeling at all. Banelings crashing into this third base again, or natural base again. I keep calling that the third. I keep calling that the third, but it's actually the natural. Regardless, 46 probes killed, 77 to 55 harvesters, and this is what SortOf does, you guys. This is kind of his MO. He just uses Lings, uses Banelings, uses their speed, destroys your workers, tries to get as much creep spread as possible with the map control, tries to kill your bases, and just makes himself a super mega nuisance. Ling's going to force a cancel on that Nexus. Bam! Doesn't even get the cancel off to Socke. Ah. Lings rolling up into the natural again here. There are some gateways trying to hold the line, but these Lings with +2 attack do not give a care. They're gone. Banelings could roll into that natural mineral line again if they wanted to, and they do. They decide to move on in. Photon Overcharge killing them. Probes are running for their lives. Banelings are getting destroyed. Pretty good pull there by Socke. Didn't actually lose any new workers there, I don't think. It is still 80 to 60 harvesters, though. SortOf is definitely in the lead. This way, he's got Broodlords coming in. I don't think Socke has any idea. Any idea there are Broodlords happening. Oh, he does. Maybe he does. He just did start a Tempest right now. And Ling's at the front door of the natural base. Going to try to take down gateways. Going to try to take down the Cybernetics core. And then decide to retreat as Photon Overcharge does come up. Ling's coming up this right side again, just keeping the pressure on, not allowing the Protoss to move across the map in any way. And there it is, coming up on this right side. Gateway, under construction, gets killed, not even canceled there. Force fields trying to keep these Lings on out, but a handful of them got inside. They're heading into the main. Throw some Banelings up and possibly kill these probes. Oh, these probes are transferring. Are they going to get out of there in time? I think they will. Meanwhile, the Broodlords have showed up. Their replacement fourth base is on fire. Does get killed there again. Socke not even able to save it whatsoever. It's 197 to 154 total supply. A lot of Broodlings being tossed down on top of more probes. 68 probes have been killed so far. Let's make it around 71. Banelings crashing in. A little bit not necessarily a Corruptor trying to kill that Tempest. Banelings rolling through storms. That wasn't very good. It wasn't. But it's a Infestor Queen Broodlord play. Actually, not Infestor, but just Queen Broodlord, which is working out just fine. The Immortals are essentially useless. Some feedback being tossed down on the Queens, which is fantastic. But Lings, Banes, Broodlings, it is just an overwhelming army here from SortOf, and bam. Socke calls the GG. Socke is defeated, and SortOf is victorious for Team Zerg today. Woo! That was an exciting one. Again, just consistent Ling pressure is so hard to deal with for Protoss. And I like the Adepts that he had. That was great. But it just, the Immortals, I don't think they did anything in this game. For how good Immortals usually are, against roaches, against lurkers, against ultras, things like that. There weren't any of those things in this game. So Socke needed to do a better job scouting is what was going on here from SortOf. He needed to see it was a Ling, Baneling type experience, get more Adepts, get more Templar, get Storm a little bit earlier, scout that Broodlord tech choice a little bit earlier as well, and get your Tempest count higher than 2 when the Broodlords actually show up. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but that's why we like to watch these games, because the difficulty level is so dang high. So well done indeed to SortOf and getting the victory today, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Jeff Duvall, KN, Matt Meermans, Hagon Marcus, Back Bertie, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Keith Garlow, Alexandros Canaris, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estegoy, Bo Brissett, Cale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Menhadin, GMP, Sip Kopata, Konma, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Shing, Rajiv Bhatt, The Cosmic Phoenix, Peter Haas, Andre Breet, Mither. Thank you, Leak at the top right. Bye.